Hello listeners, this is the continuing video of Mahabharat audio series. This video will be regarding chapter number 67. It's about the fourth day of the battle. The battle was very much the same every day and the narrative is one of monotonous fighting and killing. Still, the great battle is the central event in the Mahabharat, and if we skip over it, we cannot fully understand the epic heroes of that crowded stage. At break of day, Bhishma arrayed the Kaurav forces again. Surrounded by Drona, Duryodhan, and others, the Grand Desire looked verily like great Indar, holding his thunderbolt surrounded by the Devas. The Kaurav army, with its chariots, elephants, and horses, all arrayed in battle order and ready for the fight, presented the appearance of the sky in a great thunderstorm. The Grand Desire gave orders for advance. Arjun watched the hostile movements from his chariot, whereon the Hanuman flag was waving, and he too got ready. The battle commenced. Ashwathama, Bhurisharavs, Salya, Chitrasena, and the son of Chal surrounded Abhimanyu and attacked him. The warrior fought like a lion opposing 5 elephants. Arjun saw this combined attack on his son and with a wrathful lion roar joined his son, whereat the tempo of fighting flared up. Drishtadyumna also arrived with a large force. The son of Chala was killed. Chala himself now joined and he with Salya made a strong attack on Drishtadyumna. The latter's bow was severed into 2 by a sharp missile discharged by Salya. Abhimanyu saw this and sent a shower of arrows on Salya and put him in such danger that Duryodhan and his brothers rushed to Salya's help. Bhimsena also appeared on the scene at this juncture. When Bhim raised his mace aloft, Duryodhan's brothers quailed. Duryodhan, who saw this, was exceedingly angry and immediately charged against Bhim with a large force of elephants. As soon as Bhim saw the elephants coming up, he descended from his chariot, iron mace in hand, attacked them so fiercely that they scattered in a wild stampede, throwing the Kaurav ranks into disorder. It will be seen that even in our Puranic stories, elephants fared as badly in the battle as they did in the wars of the Greeks and the Romans. Bhim's attack on the elephants was like Indra's devastating onslaught on the winged mountains. The slaughtered mammoths lay dead on the field like great hills. Those that escaped fled in panic and caused great havoc in the Kaurav army, trampling numerous soldiers in their wild career. Duryodhan thereupon ordered a wholesale attack on Bhim, but he stood firm as a rock and presently the Pandav warriors came up and joined him. A number of Duryodhan's arrows struck Bhim's chest and he climbed up his chariot again. "Vishok, now is the glad hour," said Bhim to his charioteer. "I see a number of Dhritarashtra's sons before me, ready to be shaken down like ripe fruits on a tree. Keep your hold well on the reins and drive on. I am going to dispatch these wretches to Yama's abode." Bhim's arrows would have killed Duryodhan then and there, had it not been for his armor. 8 of Duryodhan's brothers were slain in that day's battle by Bhim. Duryodhan fought fearlessly. Bhim's bow was smashed by one of Duryodhan's arrows. Taking up a fresh bow, Bhim sent an arrow with a knife edge at Duryodhan, which cut the latter's bow into 2. Not baffled by this, Duryodhan took up a fresh bow and discharged a well-aimed shaft which struck Bhim on his chest with such force that he reeled and sat down. The Pandav warriors now poured a great shower of arrows on Duryodhan. Ghatotkach, who saw his father sit dazed with the force of the blow, got exceedingly angry and fell on the Kaurav army, which was unable to stand against his onslaught. "We cannot fight this Rakshas today," said Bhishma to Drona. "Our men are weary. It is nearing sunset and the might of the Rakshas grows with the darkness. Let us deal with Ghatotkach tomorrow." The Grand Desire ordered his army to retire for the night. Duryodhan sat musing in his tent, his eyes filled with tears. He had lost many of his brothers in that day's battle. Sanjay exclaimed Dhritarashtra, "Every day you give me nothing but bad news. Your tale has ever been one of the sorrow, of defeat and loss of dear ones. I cannot stand this any more. What stratagem can save my people? How are we going to win this fight? Indeed, I am full of fear. It seems fate is more powerful than human effort." "King," said Sanjay in reply, "is this not all the result of your own folly? Of what avail is grief? How can I manufacture good news for you? You should hear the truth with fortitude." "Ah, Vidur's words are coming true," said the blind old king, plunged in great grief. Chapter 67 finishes here. Keep listening Mahabharat audio series in the next videos.